First thing first, I had to say a little prayer. Second thing second, I got to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for making it happen for me. Hi, my name is Bernard McDaniels. I'm 55 years old. I'm from the city of Newark. I lived in a project called the Best Terrace. I worked with New Jersey Boys Town. I stayed there for like 4 years, and I liked that job. I was a counselor there. And then from there, I worked for the city of Newark. I have 17 years there. I got hurt on the job, and I'm always complaining about my medical issues. I have one major medical issue. Like I said, I got hurt on the job. It was my knees, and this is where my drug habit really, honestly, took off, because I was taking Percocets, and I also was taking Oxys for like 2.5 years non-stop, because of the pain that I was going through. It might have been mentally, but to me it was more physically. And I caught a slight little habit off of that. In the meanwhile, I lost my mom. She had cancer and she passed on. Okay. Once I lost her, I was like a wounded bear. Everything that was in my path, I tore apart. I started having shootouts. Well, my family members, y'all really gonna be shocked about what I'm getting ready to tell you, because you never heard my testimony. And the things that I used to do, I used to keep it away from the family. I was in many shootouts. I was in many, things that I know today that my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, had a plan for me. Because today, as I'm sitting here, I really don't supposed to be here, do the things that I was doing out there in the street. So where I was living at the particular time when I was doing all this here, I was living in Satan Square. And it was hard for me to get out. My family members knew the things that I was doing, and they didn't appreciate it. Time after time again, they would try to come and talk to me, and I had that attitude as if, they don't know what they're talking about. They never experienced what I experienced. But I'm gonna make a long story short. I have been in 3 rehabs. The 3 rehabs I've been into, I did it one for my mom's, I did it one for my girlfriend, I did one for my brother, but none of that worked, because simple fact, I didn't do it for me. This time around, I went to this rehab here, the Market Street Mission. I did this here for me and no one else. It was a time, one night, I never forget this night. You remember I said that I was living in Satan Square. This one night, I stood in the middle of these projects that I was in, and I looked up. At this time, I didn't know how to pray too well. And I asked God to show me a light in one of the corners of the square that I could possibly get out, because I didn't like the way I was living. So one particular night, I don't know where it came from, God grant me that wish. Because the next morning I got on the phone and I called my brother. I'm pretty sure he didn't believe me. And I said to him, hey man, I'm ready to go. He was half asleep when I was talking with him on the phone. He said, you ready to go where? I says, I'm ready to go away and get my life together. So he says, yo, I have a place for you. I said, as long as there's any place better than where I'm at now. And he said, the Market Street Mission. And he says, well, you're going to have to do the initial things. You're going to have to call up there and ask to speak to Chaplain Green. So I did that, and he asked me, did I need a detox? And I told him, yeah. So I get to the Market Street Mission, and I talk to that guy sitting right out there in the audience, Chapel Green. He asked me what was my name. I gave him my name and whatnot. And he had told me to sit on this bench. I call this bench the hot seat, because that bench determining if they're going to accept you or they're going to reject you. I sat on that bench till I got splinters in my rear end, but I wasn't going to move until they accept me into this program. I really sat out there for a whole solid week. To one particular day, I'll never forget this, it was on a Friday. I was going down for lunch, and Chapel Green was standing in front of me, and he looked over his left shoulder and said, you know what, I'm going to give you a shot. You know, I'm going to get, he said to me, I'm going to give you a chance, you know. And, you know, I thanked him because I wasn't leaving that spot until I was accepted in this program. And so they accepted me in the program, and I stayed, you know. I know a lot of people didn't think that I was going to stick and stay. But each night, you know, I prayed a little so I could like go through this program, because I know I needed it, and I knew I was doing it for me. I wasn't doing it for no one else. I was doing it for me, and I said, I'm gonna stick and stay no matter what it takes. It's a lot of other few people I would like to mention. I would like to mention Chaplain Cole. I would like to mention Bob Evans. I would like to mention Chris Straza. The people that I mentioned, I came in contact with every day. You know, Bob, thank you. I would have to say thank you to Bob, because Bob stayed on me more than my parents did. You know, but he made me a better man. Chris Straza, I love you to death, man. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, God gave you a call to do what you're doing. Be the best you could be. There's a few other people. First thing first, I got to mention Dave Scott. To me, I call him the general, the 5-star general. And he has his other generals on the side. Because if it wasn't for Dave Scott here at the Market Street Mission and his staff, God gave Dave Scott a staff that should be #1 in the state of New Jersey, because he has well-qualified people working for him. And a few other people I want to mention that I have to give thanks for. Miss Miriam, stand up. Miss Diane Young, would you please stand up? Miss Miriam is the one that works in the education department. Miss Miriam, I thank you for helping me along in this program, and I could never forget you. And Miss Miriam, I want you to do me one favor before I speak with Miss Diane. I want you to turn your left cheek towards me, and I'm going to send you something. You remember I told you that in class I was going to do this, so it shouldn't be a surprise to you. So Miss Miriam, here it come. Did you catch it? I saw that. You did catch it. Okay, Miss Diane Young, I don't know how much to really thank you. I know I was a pain. You know, I was a pain. I know you used to say, oh my God, here come Bernard. What does he want now? But I really appreciate for the things that you did for me, you know, because you're the medical coordinator. And like I said at the early beginning, that I had medical issues. And it hasn't been not one time that I came with you with an issue that you didn't go over and beyond for me. And I really appreciate what you did for me. You know, and like I say, Dave Scott, that's 2 more your generals there. You know, they may be 1-stars. I haven't gotten to the 2 stars and the 3 stars generals yet. But God bless you with some good people in your life to run this facility the way they're running it. Okay, I'm gonna start with, wow, he gives me a headache every time I sit down and talk with him, or I shoot myself in the foot while I'm talking to him. Keith Murphy. Keith Murphy, I have to say to you, thank you. You really, really helped me out through this program. And you didn't give up on me. I know you wanted to a couple of times. Well, one day I saw you in the hallway. You said, you know what, Bernie? I said, what? You said, I like you. And, you know, you say little certain things, and I would have to, like, think about what you said. Because when you said you like me, I'm saying, you know, how the hell he like me, you know, the way he's treating me. But you was treating me that way for a reason, and today I could appreciate it because of the fact that I couldn't understand it. But now I understand what you was really doing. Phil Richards, I came to you several times. You know, I needed help. You helped me, and I appreciate it. And I really thank you for it. Dave Scott, those are two more of your generals I'm talking about. Gary Williams, he works over at the warehouse. Hey, you the 5-star general? I guess he's the 4-star general. I gotta thank you too. You know, I worked with you like in phase 2, and you're a really good guy. Like I keep saying about God put these people in these places. Mr. Scott, every day you should thank God. Excuse me, because of the fact that these people here, they're doing a magnificent job. I'm gonna close this out right now because I'll be sitting here talking all day. I mean all evening. But my family members out there, I love you all. My sister's not here, she's down in Florida. You know, you guys never gave up on me, and I really appreciate it. Would y'all please stand up and let everybody see what I'm talking about? I love you all. Thank you. Thank you. The administrative staff that I didn't come in too much contact with, I also would like to thank you guys too, because if it wasn't for you guys, this facility wouldn't be ran the way it's ran. Those are the people who sit down in the office. They don't have too much contact with the residents. But the people that I really named that has contact with the residents, thank you, thank you, thank you. And Miss Diane, I have to blow you a kiss too. So give me your left cheek too. And here it comes. Chapel Green, pop your collar because you the man. With that, thank you.